it going, guys?
Very well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Very happy. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. I like it too.
Oh, thank you. You got one too. Okay, so your character is, if I'm correct, something completely new within the movie, but it's like a bit of like Cassandra Cain. Did you take any information, or they gave you information for Cassandra Cain? Is it kind of like extrapolate certain elements
So she was a mashup of Cassandra Cain, Tim Drake, and Carrie Kelly, and so they didn't give me anything, but I did do like a dive into like wiki fandom and things and trying to just learn about as much about those characters as I could, to just give me an idea or an essence, but then also letting that go to be able to bring something fresh to Kylie, and really take the opportunity to have the liberty that I did of having a new character. I just tried to treat her as genuinely as I could.
I liked her fascination with Harvey Dent's, coin trick. How do you see that side of Kylie? Is that like a childhood innocence, or like sense of wonder in this, and kind of contrasting with Bruce's everything has reason?
Yeah, that's something that me and the director, Sam, Wes, really talked about a lot, was that though she is, she's this really smart girl, she's very bold, she's been hardened by life a bit, but she is young, and we wanted to keep that youthful quality as much as possible. Even when she first walks into the big mansion, she's like, oh, it's swanky. You have to, I guess, have that balance in this world, and I think in that way she offers Bruce a new perspective on the world, and offers him a bit of empathy and requires him to revere or to regard humanity in a softer way. I think she gives him a new out or new outlet. Yeah.
So there's a moment where she suddenly, two of her best friends, two of her companions are ripped away from her life. Can you talk about playing that moment?
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. That was one. It was difficult at first, simply because I didn't get to meet the guys yet that were playing Dick and Sanjay. But once I sort of just wrapped my head around what that meant and thought about essentially as if I had lost my own siblings, because that's really what I think the little trio that they did very much resemble were siblings. Once I put the idea of okay, if this had happened to my actual older siblings, immediately the emotion just sort of came. Yeah, and it flooded very easily and a lot. Just grounding it in real life. Yeah.
There's been an increasing number of characters who've carried the name Robin. I mean, obviously you read some of them to bring together your own character. Was it hard finding your own flavor when there's been at least 10 of them so far?
Well, yes and no. That's why I didn't want to do too deep of a dive, because I didn't want to oversaturate my mind and then start to overthink it and just go and sort of spiral out, which I'm very guilty of doing sometimes. So I took the little bits that I took, and then like I said, I wanted to keep a fresh thing and just kind of whatever Kylie read to me in this iteration of this sort of Robin, to just try to honor and respect that as much as possible, and just keep it here. I think also it lent for more liberty or freedom, just being also in a different time period, where being in a different time period and not having the what's the word? I guess physically badass attributes, and while also staying a kid. Sorry, my brain is bouncing around a lot.
That's
now.
fine.
But yeah, I just wanted to give my own take of what a right hand could be to Batman, and I think a more relatable or grounded version of that, as opposed to seeing a Robin. Yeah.
the Robin's always been kind of the balance to Batman, the light to the dark.
Right.
Was that harder in the circumstance of this Lovecraftian background, this horror story?
No, I think it actually made it easier in that regard, because when there is so much darkness already around, or that's been made tenfold, I think too, Tati is a very I'm my brother calls me psychotically chipper, and I'm an extreme optimist. So I think that it almost made it easier to offer levity and to offer empathy. It's not as hard to find when there is so much doom and gloom lurking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very good at finding the nugget or the glimpse of light that's there. Yeah.
And since she's kind of an international kid, you were playing it with, it sounded like a little bit of an accent. Can you talk about keeping that and maintaining that throughout the whole show?
So that was actually one of the most difficult parts for me, because we didn't want to go full English, so having to play this sort of middle ground was hard at times. Or not middle ground, but international-esque, yeah. But I think once we got into the flow, and I did majority of the film in one day, once we sort of got into the flow of it, it became easier to keep. It wasn't until I had to come back for ADR, which we did ADR maybe about a year after we had done the initial recordings, that it became even harder. Cause I was like, wait, can you just and they had to play me some stuff back so I could rehear my voice to be like, okay, yeah, I can find this again, I can do this. But it was fun. It was a fun challenge. Yeah.
What is on the horizon for you? What is next?
I am gonna start producing and things soon. I've got some projects that I'm developing of my own, which I'm very excited about, and wanting to create opportunities for those who may not readily be able to receive those opportunities, and create, I think, even more opportunities for myself as well. And it's always been my thing of wanting to. My dad ingrained this in me of when you're to be just an actor, you're always waiting for somebody to give you a job. When you use I think the gift that all of us have to create and create opportunities for yourself, create a job for yourself, is one of the most powerful things you can do. So, yeah.
So, really quick, can you comment on Batman's brooding, dark moment, but yet does show moments where he's willing to almost risk it, well, not almost, will risk anything to bring people in. That's got to be difficult to play against. I'll let you get close, but not too close. But did you have a little bit of difficulty when you approached the character going, how do we walk this line?
I don't know, because I think that Kylie and Bruce, what they do share is a difficult or troubled past, which is what caused them both, I think, a lot of pain. I think that that's what Kylie sees and understands the most in Bruce, is that pain that he carries and why he is the way he is. So I think when interacting with him, she's always coming from a place of that understanding, of that empathy, and offering him a hand out, and offering him a chance to escape that dark reality, even just for a moment, or to see a new perspective away from it. Same thing with the whole with how do you bring levity to darkness? It's when you can find the crux or the seed that planted that darkness and understand the seed, then the tree is not as hard to tend to. And I think that's what I love through this.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.